What's going on, you bunch of heathens? Today we are checking out Dreadnought. This was the top comment on the last Sabaton video, so we're checking it out. I'm super excited. I wasn't sure what to go with, if I should go for like one of the fan animations or not, so I decided to go with the lyric video. If there's a specific version you want me to listen to, like say, I know some people were mentioning, I can't remember the song title, but it was one of their live performances. I should check out the live performance of said video, of said song. Or if I should check out a fan music video that is super popular and like people really enjoy, I'll check that one out. Just specify, because if it's not specified, I'll more than likely just end up going with the whatever the official version is. Yeah, the originals are going to be linked down below, both the music and the history. Go check them out as always. And yeah, let's jump straight in. Oh, also, before I forget, yes, I forget who exactly you were. Let me check really quick if I can find it really quick. The dividing the Middle East or whatever. Where is it? Yes, Super Mario Turkey. I saw your comment. Dividing the Middle East is on my on the list for reacting to it because I love. Was it Epic or Extra History? I know both. I'm pretty sure there's two channels by it. Extra History, yes. I love Extra History. I will get to that one because I have seen that one recommended before, and I will get to there eventually. Just wanted to get that out there before we start the music video. Or before we start the music, I should say. Ooh. Ah. I like that. I like that a lot. Like, I don't know how else to say. I really enjoyed that. That was a nice intro. I like that. The whole a couple chords and then nothing, and then starting it back up again. I like that, and it's super heavy. It's heavy too, which you guys all know I enjoy. Hell yeah! Dude, I know someone mentioned it in the last one that it's like, oh, you always end up saying that you'll add it to the fucking list. Literally, this early on, I'm doing it. Like, I really like this. Added. I really like this song. Let me know down below. It's a song I've already listened to. They all, as bad as it is, some of them kind of blend together. But I really like this song. Or this noise that they're doing. I really like it. This sounds awesome. Oops. I'm trying to think, like, Bismarck, maybe? I'm not positive. I gotta go back. I like that. Dreadnoughts dread nothing at all is a weirdly, like, hard line. I love it. I'm not sure. Did he change up his voice for this part? Go back. No, he didn't. It just sounds kind of different. I don't know. Maybe it's just because his voice sounds so different comparatively. It's odd. I like what I really enjoy what he's doing to his voice. He's really selling like the dread that I want to say that you would feel, I guess, of seeing this, / the power they project, I think is what I'm trying to get at. God, it sounds so fucking good! Fear nothing now. Dude, it sounds so fucking good! Oh, that little skip that he did when he moved his, I think that happens when they like move their fingers to hit another chord. That little skip sounded amazing. Like, I really, again, I usually like, I know I usually say, oh, I really like the solo, but I don't know, this one, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just being a bit more active right now, but this solo, it's not the most complicated one or like technical, I would say. Maybe. I don't know. I don't actually play guitar. It's not the most technical sounding one that we've heard, but it really, I like it. It kind of hits the spot with how simple it is. I like it a lot.
The North Sea has drawn the near. The fleets of the high seas approach. A contest of tides has commenced.
I don't know what it is. I really like the term "a conquest of titans." Is that what he said? Yeah, a contest. A contest of titans commence. I don't know what it is about that line, but it sounds really good. I really enjoy that.
These days will dictate their fate. The grand fleet prepares their guns. Unleashed as the dreadnoughts clash headlong.
I think this is the chorus. I really like this. This might be my favorite part of the song. I just love the way it sounds. nothing at all. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's oh. Oh, you're repeating the beginning? That sounded awesome. Fuck, I love that. Oh, that was so good. I honestly, you know, usually my biggest critique of the songs is the ending, how they taper off the end of a song. That was a really nice way to taper off the song. I've really enjoyed that. I'd say the highlight for me, despite its simplicity, would be the guitar solo. At least to my head, it sounds kind of simplistic comparatively to other ones we've heard. But also, I really like the chorus. I don't know what it is. The chorus scratches something in my brain, which Sabaton seems to be really good at doing, scratching something in my brain with how they put together a song. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, we're going to jump straight into the history now.
I'm Indy Nidell.
And I'm Per from Sabaton, and you're watching Sabaton History channel. You think
I don't know why. And I'm Par from Sabaton. I don't know why in my head I just instantly went, and you're watching Disney Channel. Da, 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 da. I don't know why.
When you think of Sabaton talking about epic battleships, you probably think Bismarck.
Yeah, that's the very first song of yours I heard.
Par, we already did an episode about Bismarck. What could this episode be about?
By the way, you guys let me know if I did the whole extra history videos on Bismarck leading up to the song. Let me know if you want me to watch their Sabaton history on Bismarck. I think I saw a comment about it like a week or two ago. But let me know if you want me to check out the actual Sabaton history video for it. Even though that was the very first Sabaton song all the way back. Say all the way, as if it was very fucking far. I mean, it was views high to low because it's the most viewed video. Oh. Only like 4 months ago-ish. January 30th was my very first Sabaton song. Damn. Okay.
Dreadnought.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
I still really enjoy their intro for their history.
When you picture a battleship, what do you imagine, huh? A sleek gray giant.
I mean, yeah, sleek gray giant. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was gonna say, honestly, either in Iowa, either just the USS Iowa, or in general, like the Iowa class, or like the Wyoming, really, or like the USS Wyoming as well. Literally, only because it is a battle. I'm pretty sure it's a battleship anyway, named after the state that, like, it's like one of the only ways. The state that I say is my state. I don't live there anymore. Fuck, I wasn't even born there. I was born in Idaho. And then I spent a good, what was it? Like the first 12 years of my life there. I've spent more time out of that state now than in. But I miss living in Wyoming. I love Wyoming. It'll always be my fucking home. And that's one of the only ways Wyoming really ever gets mentioned anywhere is the battleship or Yellowstone. That's really it. That's why whenever Wyoming, or specifically in general, Jackson Hole, because I grew up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Well, spent a bite there. We got priced out. Then we moved to slightly farther away, but still Jackson Hole. That's why when it's mentioned in The Last of Us, it surprised the hell out of me. I love it. Really gave me a fucking shock. Yellowstone, the TV show, they bring up Jackson every so often, and it kind of throws me off. By the way, can I just say, I hate the fact that Yellowstone... I remember I was at work one day a couple years ago. It was more like 5 years now. Some lady came in with a Yellowstone sweatshirt on. And I've never watched... At that time, I had never watched Yellowstone. I was like, oh, hey, Yellowstone. I used to live near there. I love the park. And she goes, oh, it's from the TV show. And I'm like, oh, okay. I haven't seen it. I know my mom watches it. Just, I hate the fact that Yellowstone is synonymous with that fucking TV show now, comparative to the actual state park. And it's really annoying. Also, my favorite snowboarder, Travis Rice, lives in Jackson Hole. One of my favorites, ski racer. I had to specify one of my favorite ski racers, I should say. She used to race professionally, Reese Stiegler. Amazing woman. She's the one who taught me how to ski. She was awesome. But yeah, they lived in Jackson. / live. I'm not sure anymore, but yeah, they're awesome. Love them. Love Jackson. I fucking miss it so much.
And making her way through
that was a hell of a fucking tangent. Sorry.
the waves with unstoppable force, dark plumes of smoke trailing after her as the bow smashes through the water, mighty batteries of the largest guns known to man, while also being
Homie's just
protected
really
by a
sitting in
belt
there,
of
huh?
steel plates. Well, if the answer is yes, then you might have just imagined a dreadnought. 1916, the end of May. The Great War had seen a few large naval battles so far, but nothing like what was about to come.
God, I love like Dreadnought. Anytime they mention Dreadnought, I just think of Battlefield 1. The enemy has been reinforced with a Dreadnought. Thing was fucking... Actually, no, though. I'm trying to think. The Dreadnought wasn't the worst thing to fight against on maps. Honestly, the worst thing was probably either the armored train or the Zeppelin. The Dreadnought was really something you didn't really have to worry about a whole lot.
A storm was brewing on the North Sea as two mighty battle lines approached each other with deadly intent. Both the British Royal Navy's Grand Fleet and the Imperial German High Seas Fleet brought armadas of fearsome battle cruisers and deadly destroyers into the fray, and among them, the mightiest battleships the ocean had ever seen, the Dreadnoughts. In the early 20th century, British naval planners around First Sea Lord Jackie Fisher brainstormed about
First
the
Sea Lord
battleship
is
of the future.
insane.
Their general view on naval engagements was quite simple. In an open battle on the high seas, where both sides enjoyed equal levels of vision and marksmanship, the vessel that could fire heavier shells at a longer range than its enemy would ultimately win the engagement. Much of his thinking was influenced by the Battle of Tsushima.
I mean, that kind of makes sense as long as you have the skill to, you know, back up the precision at a farther range. Yeah. I mean, if you're able to hit them farther out so they can't hit you with heavier shells, which means they do more damage, and you can actually hit them, like with accuracy wise, yeah, that makes sense.
Of May 27th, 1904. Here, it was Japanese battleships that had forced the engagement onto the Russian Navy at a range of over 7,000 yards, firing their 12-inch guns at a battle.
Yeah, this battle, I'm pretty sure... God, who was it? Epic History, I think? Something like that. On one of the videos we watched, it had to do with Russian Navy or something like that. They brought it up.
Speed of 21 knots. Admiral Togo's vessels had the advantage over the Russians. His total victory strengthened the belief that overwhelming firepower, range, and speed were the key to winning on the high seas. Fisher planned for a revolutionary battleship design that was to embody this martial philosophy.
That was a
The
drippy
new
uniform.
Dreadnought was to become the unchallenged champion of the high seas, faster, stronger, tougher than anything else.
A shadow moves across the water in pursuit. It splits the waves, commands the sea, and defies the wind.
They began with firepower and range. The previous generation of heavy battleships were usually outfitted with 4 12-inch guns supported by gun batteries of smaller caliber. Having such a mixed battery allowed the battleship to be flexible when reacting to threats at different ranges, but Fisher wanted to get rid of this defensive mindset. His Dreadnought committee argued that such a mix was not beneficial to the battleship, as different sized guns would need to be calibrated for different angles, trajectories, and velocities. Instead, the Dreadnought was to be solely outfitted with the giant 12-inch guns. Secondary armament of 9.2 or 6-inch guns was meaningless to Fisher, as the Dreadnought would fight its battles way out of their range anyway. The benefits...
I mean, sure, but I'm also of the same mind. Don't even know if this even comes into effect when it comes to this shit. This battle he's talking about. My thought is, yeah, but what if something actually manages to close the distance? You know, are you still going to use the 12 inches on that shit?
Of a devastating 12-inch gun salvo would beat any perceived flexibility any day. Because of this mixed array of guns of different calibers, naval battles had often been fought at around 3,000 to 4,000 yards of range, so that smaller 8 and 6-inch guns could be brought to
much
bear
closer
on the enemy as well. Fisher, however, wanted the engagement to be fought at 6,000 yards or more, a range where only the largest 12-inch guns were effective. Any lesser armed ship would be destroyed before it got in range to fire back. It was calculated that if the Dreadnought brought its broadside to bear, then 6, later 8, guns could throw 6,800 pounds of high explosives and armor-piercing steel at the enemy's deck. With modern fire control systems, this would absolutely annihilate even the heaviest battleship of its time, as no amount of armor could safeguard against such firepower. The next component was speed. Superior speed would be both the Dreadnought's sword and its shield. When a captain could choose to engage and disengage at will, he could force time and place of battle on his adversary. Out on the oceans, there's no real cover a ship could hide behind, other than maybe darkness or fog.
You could technically hide behind... Sorry, had to sneeze. You could technically... at sea, you know, out in the open ocean, no, but... I mean, you could use islands, I guess, technically as cover.
Ship can't simply slip back into safety when spotted. Once engaged, the faster vessel could overtake and destroy the slower one. Fisher envisioned the Dreadnought
or just disengage.
21 knots, but its size and its weight made that impossible.
Sorry.
Achieving 21 knots.
21 knots. I'm sorry. This has always been a fucking question I've had. What is the difference between knots to mph? Okay, 24 miles an hour.
But its size and its weight made that impossible. Pushed to their limits, the standard reciprocating steam engines could maybe achieve a max battle speed of 19 knots. But even that was limited. The heavy pistons inside the cylinders would eventually shatter. They'd break under such stress. The solution came with the invention of the turbine engine, which ran via steam being pressed against the blades of revolving discs. And it revolutionized the engine room. Turbine engines were comparatively clean, too, created little noise or vibration, and most importantly, they gave the Dreadnought the speed Fisher wanted.
I love the sound of turbine engines.
Tons were easily moved by a 23,000 horsepower engine. The third component was armor. Now, superior speed and firepower are defensive in their own right, but having a good old belt of steel armor to fall back on when the shells are bursting is even better.
Oh, hell yeah, it
Designers
is.
called for a thick skin of 5,000 tons of armor distributed around the ship. Each Dreadnought's armor belt below the waterline had to be strong enough to withstand at least 2 torpedo hits. The battleship's insides were safeguarded by watertight, self-contained compartments with no horizontal exits. Many reckon that the Dreadnought would be unsinkable. A direct hit would, most likely, doom
Never call something unsinkable. That never works out. I mean, look at the last video we checked out on the Titanic. Yeah. Oh my god. We really are just becoming like a boat channel, huh? I'm not complaining. I love this kind of shit. I don't know. I have a weird tism. I like boatism. I have disastertism, really. Industrial accidentism is kind of my thing. Like, I love learning about nuclear disasters, plane disasters, boat disasters. All that kind of shit is super interesting to me. I don't know what it is.
Men trapped inside. But the ship was not to be sunk by a single hole in the armor. If need be, the Dreadnought would just power through the enemy's fire. Fisher stated his doctrine of how Dreadnoughts were to be used best in battle. Once the enemy fleet was encountered, the Dreadnoughts would use their greater speed and greater range, or larger guns, to best effect. They would remain untouched, staying out of range of the lighter guns of their enemies. And once the enemy turned to escape an unwinnable situation, the Dreadnoughts would pursue and destroy at their own leisure from afar. As long as the Dreadnoughts adhered to that principle, they would be untouchable.
As long. But did that actually happen, though? Is the main question.
In 1906, HMS Dreadnought was officially launched at sea. The name...
Ooh, HMS Dreadnought. Hold on. Where was it? Oh, is it not here? There was a video I saw in my recommend... Ocean Line Designers. How this battleship changed history, the design of the HMS Dreadnought. Ooh, maybe that'll be on the next video I check out. Or one of them. Oh, why did the HMS... God, there's Ocean Line Design... And the Titanic movie mistakes. Damn, there's so many I want to watch. God damn. There's so many. So many, such little time.
actually comes from the first Dreadnought, launched all the way back in 1573. At that time,
Ooh, an old
Queen
girl.
Elizabeth wanted the British Royal Navy to show the world, quote, how little she dreaded, and how little such a people could dread the mightiest armaments of their enemies, while the battle for their liberties was to be fought on such an element as the ocean. So once more, this was to be embodied in a revolutionary battleship. And revolutionary this overall redesign truly was. The Dreadnought shone with modern simplicity and standardization, gone were the relics of the past, like the edged ram bow at the forefront. Battle stations were streamlined. Officers' quarters were put inside the bridge, and the commander directed from the conning tower. All in all, the new Dreadnought was worth 2 or maybe even 3 older battleships. Everything else seemed now to be inferior and outdated by
2 or even 3 old. Damn, that is very. So it was very. I don't know why the fuck I'm blanking. I don't know. Worthwhile, I guess. I don't know.
In 1907, the Dreadnought went to sea for target practice. At 8,000 yards, it fired 40 rounds and scored 25 hits. This in itself was impressive, but it was not so much the number of hits that was so impressive, it was the amount of destructive weight each successful hit created. In a barrage,
yeah, it makes sense. It was a big-ass fucking round.
The Dreadnought was able to deliver more than 21,000 pounds of shells onto an enemy battleship. Nothing could withstand that. There were, though, some valid criticisms of this new revolutionary design coming from within the British Navy.
Let's hear it.
At the time of the Dreadnought announcement, Britain possessed the largest fleet on the planet and the strongest armada of pre-Dreadnought battleships. But now, with the most powerful vessel in history being released from the dry dock, all those advantages in numbers suddenly became way less meaningful. In fact, The new standard of battleships gave Britain's potential future enemies a new chance to compete with the Royal Navy on equal footing. First among them was the Imperial Fleet of Germany, which of course began building dreadnought-like ships of its own.
Of course they
Many
would.
denounced this new arms race of monster warships as unnecessary and extremely dangerous for world peace. But progress was irreversible, and soon every seagoing nation wanted to build their own dreadnoughts.
Yep, and then I wonder if this had anything to do with it would explain why. I wonder if this had anything to do with the what would you call it? Reason for after the armistice happened in World War I, why so many nations agreed to limit their naval tonnage. I wonder if dreadnoughts were a big reason for that.
But heck, even the Dreadnought's original planners were already thinking of the next step in battlefield evolution. What if they got rid of silly constraints like size or budget altogether? Why not go beyond what Fisher had designed in his original Dreadnought design and build super Dreadnoughts, huh? Yeah, the Orion class, which emerged only a couple years later, had even mightier guns, thicker armor, more powerful engines. These new monster warships were named Monarch, Thunderer, and Conqueror.
God, they look dope.
The only question left in the back of everyone's head was, how would they actually perform in battle? Well, this
great fucking question.
Would one day be answered. On May 30th, 1916,
ooh,
roughly a
day before my birthday.
After its launch, the Dreadnoughts headed out to meet their foes. In the rough waters of the North Sea, towards the Skagerrak and Jutland, British and German battleships made ready to bring their mighty guns to bear and hurl tens of thousands of pounds of shells onto each other. The building of HMS Dreadnought was indeed a revolution in battleship design. The uniform main battery, the steam turbines, the power to weight ratio, it all led to the most powerful gunships the world had ever seen. But would Fisher's prophecy come true? Would the Dreadnoughts annihilate their opposition and reign as unopposed rulers over the high seas? Well, if Sabaton ever writes a song about the Battle of Jutland, we'll find out.
Are you not gonna tell me? Do not cuck me on this. I got to know.
Okay, Parrot, just straight off.
Motherfucker, is he gonna cuck me on whether or not it actually did well? Let me know down below.
Come to be.
All right. I'm actually sitting not so far away from here. Probably maybe, let's say, 50 meters away from where we're sitting right now.
Okay.
In our warehouse.
Uh-huh.
And Joachim is working on a song 50 meters away from me.
Just the music
or the music. And then he comes over to me and say, hey, listen to this. How do you think about it? And I say,
I like that hat.
Great, Joachim. You wrote a Swedish båtlåt.
You know,
and for anybody who doesn't understand what båtlåt is,
it's a boat song, a song about boats and stuff. Wait, can we hear just the first opening bars, just so see if anybody gets that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm telling Joachim because he looks a little bit confused. What do you mean båtlåt? Are you making a joke out of me? And I'm like, actually no. You hear what the song is about, and this is such a clear thing. It's about a heavy ship at sea rocking.
You can feel it.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't really get it where it fits in. You know, this is perfect. We are now writing a song about World War I. Here we have a ship song. What kind of ship was the most badass ship of the Great War?
The Dreadnoughts, the super Dreadnoughts.
So there we go. And what is a cooler title than Dreadnought?
Nothing.
Exactly.
No, nothing.
That's why
it's cooler than Bismarck.
Yeah,
which is the wrong war, but still.
Yeah.
Now, I really enjoy this song because again,
yeah.
I like the ones.
Honestly, I kind of agree. Dreadnought sounds cooler than Bismarck.
That I feel are a bit different. You know, like a march to the beat of a different drummer, I guess. No offense, Hannes, but march to the beat of a different drummer. Now, you guys have traveled the world. You tour around a lot, and you still take time to go to historical sites and locations when you travel, as we all know. We've been
Of
there
course.
together. But have you ever? I mean, I don't know how many dreadnoughts or super dreadnoughts there actually are still left existing today. Have you ever been on an actual?
Are there?
dreadnought, or-
I know that there is at least one existing,
Okay.
Ooh, what?
and I haven't been there yet.
Okay. And what's that?
It's the one named after the state where you come from.
The battleship Texas.
Yes.
Get the. I've grown up knowing the battleship Texas. I mean,
Wait.
since I was a kid, 3 times between kindergarten and 12th grade, I had to go with my school to visit the battleship Texas. I didn't think then that this is a dreadnought class.
I didn't know that Texas was a dreadnought. Oh shit. And homie, you gotta go visit it. You lucky son of a gun. I wish I got to go on a school trip like that.
Or, but of course it is. It's a First World War battleship. See, you guys, that's why this channel is important to me. Because
I'm assuming like the original Texas, I guess.
Together from my earlier life and stuff. So, but you've never been to the battleship Texas?
No, I never been to the battleship Texas, but we're going on a tour in America, and we're actually gonna pass by. And this time,
Yeah.
we're not gonna miss it.
Oh. Right before they made it there. That's dope. God, that thing looks amazing.
And I gotta notice something. I can't help but notice, and I didn't even notice until now during this filming. And this is honest to God.
Ooh, by the way, remind me to take some, remind me in a couple weeks. My sister is coming up from Texas to visit my family up here. We plan on going to Chicago, and the plan is to visit U-Boat 505. I think it was 505 anyway. The one from the Fat Electrician video that's in Chicago that you can tour. Plan on taking a tour of it. I need to remember to try to get some pictures to post for you guys. Like, literally, my sister wants to go to, like, the aquarium shit. But, no, that is the one thing my nephew and I are really into. We want to go take a tour of the fucking U-boat. So, if I remember to remind me in, like, a month-ish. Yeah, a month-ish. To post the pictures. I'll try to remember so I can post some pictures on the channel of my trip there. That should be really fun.
I did not see your hat until right now.
Oh, that's something new that
We're gonna have Sabaton History caps.
Yeah, and this one is actually the first ever made. It's a prototype,
Okay.
but we are working on the final design of it.
And
like
if
it.
someone walks down the street in their Sabaton History cap, it's like it increases their coolness like by 10, right? We all know from 90s commercials, the only way to increase your coolness is to pop a Mentos, right? You remember those?
That was before my
commercials, right?
time.
Right, yeah.
Do you remember the one that was like, it had to do with a rock band, right? There's a guy, he's standing next to a ticket office, and there's a big sign that says, rock concert, sold out. And he's going, la, 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 to the woman behind the counter, and she's like pointing up at the sign. And he's like, dang. And he turns and looks around, and he sees roadies pushing like some heavy equipment, like through the stage entrance. Thinking quickly, he pops his Mentos from his back pocket, eats a Mentos, thus increasing his freshness factor by like 10 or something, then takes out a bandana, ties it around his head, and the next scene, you see him rolling like equipment.
Act like you belong.
And the woman behind the counter goes like, and he gives her the Mentos salute. So,
All right, so we can give some ideas. I mean, we often get emails from fans all over the world who is
a hell of a
how they get
fucking-
a job as a roadie for Sabaton on tour.
Okay.
Well, Mentos already have the answer to that. Apparently.
Just show up.
that would totally work.
Yeah, impressive.
Do people
Just
ask you
show
a
up
lot
and do
about,
it.
about how they can work for you guys on tour?
Yeah, we actually get a lot of those questions, and it's we do often recruit people, but not from from unknown places.
Right. And you want people with experience in
the
general.
Obviously.
community of people who working with bands.
Also, I mean, yeah, you want them to be a fan, but not like a super fan to where they're constantly bugging the band, you know? You don't want someone who's going to ignore their job and just be like, oh, Joaquin, oh, Par. Like, you don't want something like that.
It's relatively small,
Right.
and we all know each other. And if you want to become a successful person working for a rock band or something, or other artists around the world, there is only one way to do it, and that is start with the local bands, helping
work
them
your way up.
out, and then work your way up.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Eventually, as anybody else in any other rock band would recruit off each other, basically.
Sure.
When one band goes off touring and becomes idle for a while, there's available people, and they go jump on with another band, and that's how it works.
Yeah, you don't do it specifically for one singular band, I don't think.
Eddie was cool to work with. So I just wanted to get a
Hell yeah, shout out Eddie.
That's Eddie. He's cool. I think that's probably all
Hell
we
yeah,
have to talk
Eddie.
about today, right? Para, you got to say goodbye to everybody because this is all for today.
Yeah, so thank you everybody for watching. It's been a pleasure to talk about the Dreadnought and Mentos.
And Mentos here on
Hell yeah,
Sabaton
Mentos.
History.
See you next time.
See you next time, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Still
Thanks
say,
for
that's such a
subscribing.
great ending to a
Please
song.
remember to click that little bell so that you get updates and notifications once we release new episodes.
This is really good. I went on a couple tangents, but yeah, you know that's a good song. You know it's good time when I go on tangents. Really enjoyed that. Hope you guys did too. Check out the originals, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, you guys take care of yourselves. See ya.